Hey, I'm in right now, Dinda, and I just started, period. I just got off a long distance phone call, sorry. Okay, so, how are you guys doing? My daughter's having an emergency surgery. She had a gallbladder attack, and she's been in ER and then in the hospital. Good morning, hey, good to see you. So they're doing an emergency gallbladder surgery on Sarah in Phoenix. So I need some purification, peace of mind, and I need to paint my toenails, but that'll be later. I'm ready for some relaxing Tai Chi. And it looks like it's just me and you so far, Denda, and I'm glad. I'm just excited to be here. I hope you can hear me. I've been drinking a lot of green tea. And I just now saw the reflection of myself in the mirror, and this is really tight, but you guys will just get to see really good posture today. Let me get the thing lined up. There we are. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of stretching before we get started. So lift your hands up over your head and begin to stretch your, there, I think that's how I've been doing it. Lift your hands up over your head and let's get that stretchy between the rib cage and the hip bones. I like to press the heels of my hand to the ceiling, and then let's just drop hip on one side and then the other. Just get a good stretch through your hips and through your belly, especially since we haven't done it for a couple of days. Let's cross one arm over the other. That feels good. I'm grounding down while we do this, tilting the pelvis forward, strengthening the glutes and the butt. I have noticed so much difference, and I say this every time, so much difference in my body. So lengthen the spine, dropping the chin a little, pulling up with your navel, and then trying to relax the belly. That's a lot of multitasking there. And then dropping your ear to one side and stretching the side of your neck. Keep your knees a little soft here, and that will keep your weight up in your thigh. Deep breath in. Open the front of your collarbone. If you want to, go ahead and take your hands and stroke across your chest and open your collarbone, squeezing your shoulder blades back and together. Come up, drop to the other side. Get as much stretchiness as you can. And we're keeping, even though the shoulder blades are back and down, instead of this, we're trying to take that curve out of the back. This actually feels good to slow down. It's been a busy morning at my house. And but no matter what we go through, we can always bring our body back. So throughout all this stuff, talking to my daughter in the middle of the night for the last 48 hours, and sick as she was, dropping your chin to your chest. I think of the accumulated anxiety that's going on the planet right now. That on every continent, people are experiencing anxiety, and I think we feel that from each other. That home, alone, we can create. Roll your head from one shoulder to the other. We can take deep breaths in and create an atmosphere of peace. Deep breath in and harmony. I've been learning to keep my hand on my belly to train my belly. To soften here, even while I'm engaging here. Inhale, back up to center, and drop your head back. Inhale deep. Keep your hips and keep the muscles engaged. And rock your head from one side to the other. We're keeping our Our muscles engaged. I hope you don't mind. I may check the phone if it texts today. There's my daughter. Okay. I'm so glad to hear this, honey. And I'm doing my Tai Chi right now, and I'm going to ask everyone to send positive vibes towards Phoenix, period. I love you so much. All is well. Hope she got that before the surgery started. It's so hard for people to have a loved one in surgery that can't contact us. And we can't contact them because of HIPAA laws. You can tell the nurse that she can talk to me. Tell someone to keep me posted. I don't know who. If my mom calls. So rocking your head from, okay, where were we? Thank you guys for allowing me that. One last text to my daughter before her surgery starts. And she's been sick. She's off and on for a month. And it finally got real bad. So let's ground down and let's pay attention to our feet and get over onto the side of the foot. I like to just stand on the side of my foot. And if you've got a soft rug in front of your kitchen sink, you can do that there. I don't. But I've got a rug here in the living room. We've got, like this hardwood laminate type floor. And then parquet flooring at the back of the house. But it always feels good just to ground down in your feet, but you kind of need a soft something to do it on. Just feeling the bones touching the earth. Spread your toes wide. Move back onto your heels. So notice, like here, move back onto your heels. And then rock forward onto the tiptoes. And that'll stretch your calves and back. So when we go to the sides of our feet, we're kind of stretching the side IT band. And when we're back here, we're stretching the front thigh. And when we come up on our toes, we're stretching the calf. Did you feel all that? And now we're ready for movement. The whole thing is to warm up and get some blood. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of twisting and flap your arms a little. We want to get the blood through the whole body. Let's do a little bit of this before we begin to move. And that way we're juiced up with blood into our ligaments and blood and whatever, synovial fluid, is that what it's called, and to our joints. I'm ready. This is very hard work for me. Never dreamed if someone asked me today, and I'm on a lot of forums and stuff, if someone asked me today, what's the one thing you would tell a patient post-abdominal surgery, especially post-transplant, I'd say, start Tai Chi when your very first exercise, because it has changed my body, all the movement. Is anybody else feeling better posture? Like even when I'm just standing peeling potatoes or whatever I'm doing, folding clothes, I just notice now I'm holding myself so differently. I love that. I let go of the regret of anything I didn't do in the past, and I embrace the future where I have new movement. Deep breath in. And let's just begin by stepping out first with your left foot and calm the waters. Literally and figuratively, we're calming the imaginary waters. When you come back, raise your foot. Exhale. Be aware of the transfer of weight. See how much you can deepen and slow down the move. Last time. When I come back, I'm really rocking back into the hip and thigh here. Palms on the table. Other side. Step out, inhale, exhale out. I'm almost leading with my pelvis, guys, if that makes sense. I'm leading with all this muscular stuff. My belly's relaxed, but I'm pushing through with my hips and my glutes and my thighs. But I'm also keeping my collarbone open and my shoulders back. Moving super slow. Notice that needle of the spine. I'm keeping my movements small on that one side because I'm building muscles. And back to center. And now we're going to push water to the side. So our left hand is going to come up by our shoulder and our right hand's below, down around our hips. Exhale as you push. Inhale back, right? Oh, this is transfer. Sorry, let's start again. Hands rest on the table. Push water to the side. Step out with your left foot. Exhale. Inhale, transfer your weight. And we do lift the hand. We change arms. Back to center. Now it's almost the same movements. We're just going up with one hand at the left hand up by the eyebrow and the right hand at the waist. Remain aware of the transfer of weight between the legs if you're not doing so already. Use like a pelvis is tilted forward and back is straight. And just use that pressing through with your legs as you go left and right. And back to center. And now we're going to go over the drum. And this is the 10 and 2, so step out with your left foot. Exhale. Inhale back. Notice how you're lifting up and out of your heart. And when you come back, your shoulder blades are squeezed back in together. I watched a demonstration of a lady, I think she was in her 90s doing this, and her spine was so long and beautiful. Her movements were just poetry. Lifting up. Back to center. Opposite direction. Exhale. Feel that strengthening as you're pushing your body forward and backward. Feel the strength through your thighs. Inhale back. Palms rest on the table. Let's take the ball to the mountain. Inhale, stepping down, reach down, get the ball, bring it to the mountain, bring your palms almost together, and come back. Take it really slow and notice the weight and the way that you're moving your body. All my weight's in my front leg now. Palms are together, shoulders back. I transfer my weight to my back thigh. You can notice patterns of movement in your body, and you may be overriding some old pattern habits by focusing your awareness on the correct movement, and you're strengthening new muscles. When I talk, I don't count. Let's come back, palms rest on the table, and go in the opposite direction. Inhale, exhale down. Inhale back, your palms are almost touching. Keep your shoulder blades together. Exhale down. We're not putting our weight in our knee. We're really engaging all the muscle above the knee. Exhale down. Keep that upper thigh strong as you come up. And we're doing it so slow that it's very hard to injure yourself, but you can, and I've done it. So exhale. I'm getting crack in my bones. If you've got a weakness or an old pattern of habit moving, you're going to feel it now. And we're just creating new memories with our body. You can move this way. You can do this. Palms back to the center, resting on the table. Matter of fact, I went through and watched a few minutes of one of the early videos, and I noticed how this knee really wants to rock in, and I'm trying to rotate it out by pulling here and correcting. Let's take the ball up to the mountain. Palms very close, and bring it down to the valley. Inhale back. Keep your focus on your pelvic stability and on your thighs. The strength in the front and back thigh, the strength in your glutes. I know many of us are retired, and so we're much more sedentary than we might have been prior, or just due to the lockdown, social distancing. We might have lost a little bit of our muscle. Last time, ball to the valley. Inhale back to center and go to the other way. Ball to the valley. Inhale. Exhale out. And you can imagine that your body is poetry in motion. Notice where your breathing needs to begin and end if you're slowing down your movements. Because sometimes I inhale before I need to. But we're working, we're practicing Tai Chi. And as we practice, we find the best patterns of breath. As we inhale back and we exhale out. Come back to center, palms at the table. And now we're going to do the single whip, stepping out with the left foot, right hand up, back to crane. Exhale, inhale, exhale, and hands to the side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And hand to the side. Inhale. Step out as you exhale. Exhale here. We inhale back. I need to exhale again. I guess the exhale's here. Let's try that exhaling only back, only out. I think you've pretty much got this by now, so just do this on your own. It requires a strong diaphragm to breathe that slowly. Stay lifted up with your rib cage. Palms rest on the table, and let's go in the other direction. We're going to exhale. It's called single whip. And back to center. We're going to exhale on the out breath and just work on it. Inhale. And we're going to exhale out. And back to center. And now we're going to do focus on the arrow. So we're going to step out to the left side, push your hand to the left, draw the bow. And then back to center. Push your hand. One more time. And then let's step in the other direction. Do one more. as we learn to do the movements, it's easy to see how we're going to become proficient and be able to move from one to the other. And now we're going to push with the shoulder, stepping out. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And back to center. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And by this time, we're getting a little tired in our hips maybe and in our upper thigh. And back to center. Third time. And it's easy to see how we can stretch as deeply as we can as we do the last one. Notice the stretching that happens through your upper body and your shoulder blades, how the front of your chest opens. And back to center, palms rest on the table. And now in the other direction. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale back. Exhale. Keep your muscles strong in your thighs. And we're not going to put our weight all into our knees or our ankles. We're going to keep our upper body strong and engaged. Do 3 more. Exhale. And if you're pushing out with the heel of your hand, you're feeling it through your latissimus dorsi, which is that area right under your rib cage at the back. And you're stretching all through your scapula area, strengthening your upper body. This is a long, slow movement. Last time. This is very Americanized, but I hope we're going to be able to make it even better. Palms rest on the table. Now the waves of the universe. Now brush the shoulder. Oh, that was push from the shoulder. We did that. Waves of the universe. I'm sorry. Step out. So we're going to start with our palms facing up and go over and make a wave. Hinge the ankle. Hinge the wrists and come back. This is pretty simple. Inhale as we exhale forward. Drop the ankle. Wrist and come back. I keep wanting to lift the heel of my back foot, and it's not a thing to do. I lose my stability when I do. I think it's a way to modify, and I don't think it's a good one. One more time. For my body anyway. Palms at the table. Let's step out. Exhale. Waves of the universe. Let's see how fluid we can make it this last 4. Exhale. If you see me leaning in a direction that is not comfortable for your body, it's probably just because I'm modifying for numbness where I can't feel. I don't think about that. But now we're going to part the horse's mane. So our left hand is palm up, our right hand is palm down. And we're going to step out with our left foot and just reach up. Part the horse's mane with your palm up and back. Exhale. Inhale. See if you're keeping your shoulders back and together with your chin tucked. Collarbones open. The front of the body. Back is flat. This is a simpler one. You can really take the time to notice the adjustments of your postures. And the spine is like a needle. While you move your arms and legs around it, palms rest on the table in the opposite direction. So now your right palm is up, left hand is facing down. Inhale, exhale out. Toes up on as you come back. Take your time and really press out with your fingertips. Our hands are supposed to be right at about our waist here. So we're getting maximum movement as we step out. Palms rest on the table. Now we're going to brush the knee. And if I do this different every time, please don't judge. But we're going to step out with our left foot. And the left hand comes up. And what we're doing, the left hand comes up facing and the right hand. So our hands are like this, if you can see. And we're going to hold our arms in this position, but our movement is going to be turning at the waist. But our hands are down close to our knees. So inhale deep, exhale forward, twist at the waist. And I think it just goes back like this. So our arms are motionless, and all the movement is happening at the waist. It's funny, but the things that challenge me the most I really have to work hard to experience this pose, so it makes sense that we're twisting at the waist. I do know that. And palms back to rest on the table. And let's go back in the other direction. We're back at the table, align back into mountain pose. Pelvis tilted. Inhale deep. We're just brushing the knee. Really pressing through the thighs. Keeping your spine upright. Collarbones open. Shoulder blades squeeze back in together. Sometimes we get frustrated by the movements that are harder and that challenge our body. And it's easy to not want to do those things. That's usually where we get the most healing in the long run. Last time. Palms rest on the table. When we get to Fist of the Tiger, we know we've arrived. So go back out, reaching up with our left foot. And our left fist is going to be on the top as we reach out. Fist of the Tiger. And then cross your arms. We'll do 5 on each side. Exhale. And back. Exhale. Keep your butt really tight. Engage your glutes when you twist to the side. Engage your front and back thigh. Last set. We've just completed. So let's come back up into our tall mountain pose. Tilt your pelvis forward. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Bring your palms to your heart center. Make fists. Open your hands to receive energy and love from the universe. Bring the energy in with bound fist again, and then press your arms out. Extending love out into the universe. Back to heart center, and then crossing your hands at your heart. Namaste. That was good. It's extremely good. So let's get on our mat. That's challenging. It's really challenging. We're a little bit over, but I started late because of the phone call from Arizona. I said, I just want to hear your voice before you go under, and that was like a couple of minutes till 11, and she said, I think they're taking me back soon. So let's reach over to the side to begin with and begin to open up your side body. We've just done a lot of lengthening and strengthening, and so our muscles in our legs are tight, and our side body has done a lot. So bring your hand, let's just raise your hand towards the ceiling and just lean over to the side. Just start to slow your breath. Take some breaths in, relax your knees. Just relax your knees if you're able. If you're sitting in a chair, this will work too. And gaze up at the ceiling as you release the side body. And the way you release the side body will look different from the way anyone else does it. We take our time and we're patient while we're learning. Be patient with your body. So patient. Deep breath in. The main thing is not to quit. Coming back up to center. I know whenever I experience discouragement or any kind of pain in any part of my body, it's easy to say, I'm not going to do that again. Or even when I go to begin to do it, I'll just think, no, not working. But see if you can open up the side of your body and reaching up. And gaze up at the ceiling. Take a few deep breaths in. Stretching the side body. By looking up at the ceiling, you're really getting some length in your spine and opening up your body's fascia. And now coming back up to center. If you're in this pose, tuck your back so it's flat and allow your knees to relax. If you're in a chair, that works too, but move out to the edge of the chair and just grab the opposite knee. And put your hand behind you. So you're just going to reach over, grab your knee, take a deep breath in. And just begin to relax the belly as you push your belly to the side. And imagine this, if you can, go ahead and close your eyes. What's going on with the bones inside your spine? And can you keep your spine tall but relax all the muscles around your spine? So imagine all the vertebrae and the muscles all around them just want to stretch, but you have to relax your belly first. Relax the belly. And then just stretch. Let those muscles around the bony spine stretch and turn and look over your shoulder, a complete spinal stretch. Do your best to relax. Using your arms. So my back arm's holding me. Be gentle and loving with yourself. And if your body's really stiff, just give yourself an "ah, poor baby." Oh, look at that spine. Just having mercy on the spine. Having mercy on the back, mercy on the side body. Have mercy on me. You know, we do any kind of stretching or exercise we do it with loving kindness. Fear will keep us from movement. Fear of movement just keeps us even stiffer and stiffer and stiffer. So now that we've done that, let's reach out with our feet and windshield wiper. Keep your knees soft here. Fear will paralyze us, and then we get locked down and our body gets stiff, and then that just creates this cycle of non-movement. And of course, you want your doctor's approval, and you really need to listen to your body as you're doing these. Don't listen to me. Listen to your body. Your body will tell you what's okay. Spread your toes wide, squeeze your toes together, little yoga feet here. Push your toe towards me. Push your big toe away, and then bring your big toe back and push your pinky toe away. So you push your pinky away from your body, splay your toes wide, and then push your big toe away from your body. Bring your pinkies towards you. That kind of movement back and forth. Kind of like paddling your feet. Make some ankle circles in both directions. And again, the back knee is still soft, but the back is straight. And the spine is straight and your body's open here. That takes a little bit more opening up after you've done the Tai Chi. We have to stretch that a little bit more. And there was one more thing I wanted to do. Oh, I wanted to do a little bit of arm while we were here. So let's just come up into right angles with our arm, because we're wearing shorter sleeve shirts these days. And so we need to keep these muscles strong. So you can make fists, pump down. Let's take the heels of our hands, push straight up, out to a V for victory. Just reach out into a V, pull your arms out of your peripheral vision, keeping your spine flat, and then come down into a W. Just pull your shoulders back in together. Pull, let those muscles between your shoulder blades, pull your front body open. Keep that part of your body open. Tilting your pelvis. All right, let's get up on our hands and knees now. Stretch that spine. Sometimes when I move, I get so emotional. It just feels so good to open up my body. With your thumbs facing each other, you get pretty emotional. It just feels so good. Arching up with your back. And I can feel that in my lower spine. When I tilt my pelvis forward and I bring my head down, I feel a real deep stretch in my lower spine, and that makes me want to move my hips from left to right. So I move my hips left and my head to the right. And I go in the opposite direction. The hands stay put. And then just arching up. And then dropping down. When you drop down, bring your face and your tailbone up. Now we feel that stretch all through the rib cage and the belly. Stay with that for a minute. Anything you want to do with wagging your tail there. And now let's go ahead and do our pelvic stability. So we're going to move, stay in your tabletop, and let's stretch out with the right leg first. Really make sure you're stable with your left hip and your left knee to the floor. And if that feels really stable to you, then you can lift up with your left hand. I have to work at this. And then come in when you're ready. So if you're pushing up out of your, it's like, I want to sink down, but pushing up with that thigh is a real challenge. I hope you're able to do it. Coming back to the tabletop. Let's left out with the left leg. And take the right hand and extend it. I have no problem with this side. I let those muscles get weak on the left side. The anatomy of an injury. It's so hard to trace it back to where it started, but you just got to let go. of any story about it and move on past it. That's the only way to heal from an old injury. If I let myself get wounded about it mentally and emotionally, I wouldn't be able to get through these exercises. I feel the strength and the healing as I do it. Let's sit back in child's pose for just a minute. Feel your hips softening as you rest. Pull your lower back. Let your lower back relax. If you want to, put your hands back on your butt and your lower back. Just exhale. Walk your fingers out. Stretch that spine. I'm feeling a glitch in my left shoulder. If you're not able to walk your fingers out, you might need to massage or get someone to massage your shoulder or use the roller on it. Now coming back up. Could just be sleeping wrong. Let's come all the way forward onto our belly. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. The top of your feet go into the floor. Lift your heels toward the ceiling. Let your belly just relax. Squeeze that butt up. And then you can just be right here, pulling forward, opening up your belly muscles in the sphinx. Suck your body down toward the mat. And if you feel really strong, you can spread your fingers wide. Keep your elbows close to your body and press up. Yep, that feels good. Keep your heels up. And relax your lower back. And if it feels like you can, look over your shoulder. Work within your own body's limits. And come down to your elbows. Press those fists in, and let's come up into plank. And I can't stay in it very long right now. I'm not sure why. It's just a little painful. But when you're ready, see if you can reach up and hold one foot. And then the other. And see if you can do both at the same time. That's a really good front body stretch. Oh, that's a lot. Let's come back up onto our knees. Gotta get all adjusted here. A little spillage. We're going to throw that right leg out in front. Like that. I didn't even bring the blocks over because then I'll be tempted to do the hamstring stretch. My body doesn't like that right now. So let's press forward. Squeeze that left butt. Squeeze that front thigh. Press forward. Spread your right toes. You're super wide. And hold on to your body here. If you're able to extend that right leg out and drop over into a hamstring stretch, go for it. We can get a good piriformis stretch out of this by pressing forward with the left glute. Someone's written. I hope you can hear me. It just feels so good. Let's change legs. Kind of down, left leg forward, right butt's tight, pushed forward, opening up that front thigh where we've been doing all that rocking, that strong rocking we're doing in the Tai Chi. You can bring your hands right here. If you're able, stretch that left leg out and do a hamstring. If you're not able, then just do everything you can to keep this part of your body stable and take a couple of breaths. That's me. You gotta laugh. Squeeze that butt. Open that front thigh. Remember the antagonist and protagonist, Batman and Robin kind of thing. Press with your butt and open the front thigh. Then let's come back to center. And now, you know how I love this move. Now we're going to take one leg out to the side. Put your hand palm facing in on that knee. And then take your opposite hand, palm facing in on the pelvis. And create that space. And then bring your hand to your shoulder. And again, we're creating space. And keep yourself lifted up by squeezing with your butt here. And I'm listening to my body right now because pelvic stability and hip flexors difficult with my left leg. To really focus. Strengthening, I'm pushing, I'm strengthening all those muscles. And then I'm pushing up with the opposite hand. I have to listen for push down. I have to listen for signs of impingement of a nerve there. We got this. Pressing through your heel. Reach up as high as you can. Come back to center and go to the opposite side. We're getting some big, major strength now. Hand on the knee, hand on the pelvis. Now up to your shoulder. And all we're doing is creating a recognition that we're opening up these lines, these fascia lines on our body. Now press that palm of your heel of your hand up. And press the opposite heel of your hand down. And that's actually working, not just opening fascial lines, but it's also working deep inner back muscles, especially if you're pressing through with your knee that's down. Squeezing with your butt and opening the front body. One more deep breath in. I do about 3 breaths for everything. And now let's make your way onto your back. And get into the longest pose you can on the body. Reach your hands up over your head. Oh, thank you for sharing that. Hey. Good to see you guys. Thank you guys for sending love to Sarah too. So now let's lay down on our back, bringing your right knee to your chest. Making sure your spine's super long. See if you can really relax. Your heels planted, your hips planted, your knees pulled by your arms. See if you can relax your pelvic floor and your inner thigh right here. Just relax it. Relax your spine down. Right leg down. Bring the left one up. Press out with the heel. Now both feet flat on the floor. Let's bring the right foot up and cross over your left knee. And then loop your hands in under and bring your legs up into the figure 4. Again, see if you can take that right foot and make circles with it while you're making a figure 4. And notice all the openness there in your hip. That cross leg. Let's go down. Both feet on the floor. Left leg comes up and crosses over the right knee. Reach through and grab right below your kneecap, behind your leg. And press that right heel to the ceiling. I move my feet when I'm in this pose because it feels good. I don't know why. It's not like in yoga school they teach you to do this. A lot of these little things I do, I've just discovered have enhanced my recovery. and woke up parts of my body. Pressing through with the heels. Use your ankles as a way to kind of circulate those muscles and the blood through the muscles. And now bring your hands behind your knees and just press your heels to the ceiling. And let's walk on the ceiling. Just walk on the ceiling for a minute. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And let's make some circles with our ankles in one direction and then back in the other, pointing and flexing. And if you'd like to grab the side of your foot anywhere, or the side of your leg, you can open up into a little bit of happy baby as you rock gently back and forth. And that'll massage your lower back. And now press your heels into the mat. And let's get our spine super long first, because we're going to move our butt over to the left. Make sure our spine stays long. And open your arms up into a T. And just roll over and lay down on your right side. And the instruction here would to bring the left hip up as far as you can. Bring the left knee in front of you if you're able. And then start relaxing the side body, bringing the breath into your left rib cage. And if your left shoulder comes up off the floor, see if you can kind of squeeze it together, whatever you can do to open up from the hip to the armpit. Lift your head up and look at your left hand if you can. But then close your eyes and notice how the muscles are softening down. Now lead back with the left foot to the center of the mat. Use your arms and your feet pressed down to bring your body back to center. Make sure your spine stays long as you move your hips to the right. And then let's roll over and lay down on the left side of our body. Notice the right hand's going to reach out. Bring that right knee over. And if you want to, you can just keep them right here. I think it helps to get a little bit better stretch if you can bring your knee up a little bit higher. If you want to, you can tuck it with your foot. I'm going to have to lengthen out a little bit more. And then see if you watch, I'll just tuck that right shoulder down and then turn my face in this direction. Now, if you can't do that right away, be patient with your body. A lot of loving kindness messages to your body now. I like to take my left hand and hold my right knee. And this is a good time just to thank your body. Thank you. You can rest, relax. Giving thanks to your body for all the movement it's given you today, and tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow. If you've got liver disease, I always take this opportunity to hold my liver on the right side, right under your rib cage. Massage, a little pat there. You're doing all right. Leading back with your right foot, just begin to get your body square on the mat. And now, with your hips planted down, go ahead and walk your legs out and walk your heels, kind of walk your heels away, and then let your back reset. And then pull those shoulders. I walk them, and I kind of grab the ground right above. Just keep pulling like traction. Put your spine in traction. And use the weight of your head to hold you there, and then relax. Do you feel that? That's a little trick I've used. And it takes the pressure off of your spine and relaxes all those muscles in your back. With your palms facing up to receive, let your body begin to settle into a place of perfect rest. Feel the stillness coming over your body. First of all, with your eyes closed, go ahead and explore all the space behind your eyes. Let this be a step to cue yourself that you're quietening down and you're going in. Look at the darkness behind your eyes. And if you've had a light in the room or in the window, you might see little yellow spots or white spots where that's been. And then just look at the darkness behind your eyes. There may be patterns or grayness, black or yellow or red. But when your eyes are closed, and I give you that cue to look at the darkness behind your eyes, what I'm really saying is go within. I am not this body. Just say to yourself, I am not this body. I am not this mind. And begin to shut down the systems of your body. Our minds can become overwhelmed. Our body needs rest and relaxation. I am not this body. I am not this mind. I am something much greater, something infinite. Notice the breath that your body's doing. You're not even having to think about it. Your body's working in a perfect, greater order. Your breath is working. Notice the breath as it comes in through your nose and moves up to the eyebrow center. And just focus on that breath alone. From the nostrils and back out. Just the breath that moves to the eyebrow center and out. Without thought. Your body's working. All the systems are working now. And you can relax your toes and all the space around your toes. You can relax your heel and become aware of the space behind your ankle where your body's not touching the floor. And then become aware of the space behind your calf where your calf meets the floor. Both calves. Notice that space, that thin line between your body and the floor. And then your thighs. And allow the muscles in your thighs to soften down. Aware of the femur, the strong femur. And then all the muscles and the nerves and everything just relaxing in the thigh. Allow the hip bones to relax, the pelvic bowl, and the belly. All the creative awareness within your body. Just allow it all to relax. We've moved a lot of blood through your body today and all the poses. And now your body's in perfect stillness and at rest. And without even thinking about it, your back begins to soften down and your shoulders anchored to the mat. And now the top of your arms, your inner arm, your elbow, your wrists are anchored down with the back of your hand and the palm of your hand in total rest. All the eloquent movements of your body are now in total stillness. You can become aware of the weight of the back of your head. And once again, bring your thoughts to your forehead and your eyebrow center and notice the breath. Continually the breath moving in and out, bringing in cleansing and purification right to your heart center, side of the eye, the upper lip, and the jaw is relaxed, the hollow of your throat in softness, and the heart center. letting go of any thought that you might encounter and just letting go. Coming back to the darkness behind your eyes where nothing needs to be fixed. In perfect awareness and yet not clinging to any idea or any thought. I'm awake and aware of my whole body. I'm awake and aware of all the systems of my body. I let go of my need to control any situation. My body and my mind are at perfect rest. Knowing that you can find this relaxation at any time. You take a deep breath into your nose and bring your breath right to your heart center now. Let your belly sink in, and then as you exhale with soft belly, your body's at perfect rest. Exhale everything that doesn't serve your highest good. Now wiggling your fingers and toes, bring your knees to your chest and rock gently left and right. When you're ready, roll to your side. When we're curled up in that fetal pose, we're reminded we're constantly giving birth to new cells, skin cells, bone cells, osteoblasts. Everything's being remade constantly. Nourishing yourself with good thought and good movement. And pressing up into a seated pose when you're ready. Being aware that this weight-bearing Tai Chi is bone-building stuff, mama. We're really, really building our bones with this weight-bearing exercise. I'm so happy, so grateful. Grateful to you. Bring your tallest spine up. Chin to your chest, tall spine, lift up through your crown. Deep breath in with your hands to heart center. When you're ready, we'll say namaste. That felt really good today. I'm so honored to do yoga with you guys. So honored for all the healing movement we do together. So we're getting stronger every day. It's so good to peek in here and see you guys. I love you with all my heart.